Call this meeting of Ohio County Fiscal Court to order on this 8th day of July, 2025 at 5 p.m. Josh Wright, would you lead us in a prayer and a pledge to the flag?
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you again for allowing us to come together tonight, Lord, and be in your presence. We just love you. We thank you for all your many blessings. We ask you now to watch over this meeting and be with our leaders, not only our local leaders, but our state and our national leaders, Lord, that they give their faith and their trust in you when they go to make decisions. We just love you. We thank you for y'all, your many blessings, and we're so thankful to live in this country. And it's in your precious name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Before you have the minutes of the June 24th meeting. We need a motion, a second to approve.
So moved.
Motion by Larry Morphew. Second by Dale Bevan. Any discussion? Discussion, questions, or additions, or corrections, I mean. Questions, discussion, or additions to the minutes. Being none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. The minutes are approved. Before you also have the bills, claims, payments, and transfers, including a late list, I believe. Need a motion to approve.
Let me look over the late list before we vote.
Motion by Michael McKinney.
I'll second the motion for discussion.
Michael and Jason. Okay, discussion.
Well, that's kind of pause to see if Larry, so give him a little time, but if he needs to.
Okay.
Yeah.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Our bills are paid. The treasurer's June financial statement. This is for you. We need to acknowledge that we had that or approve it subject to audit.
I'll acknowledge
Jason,
June report.
to acknowledge the receipt. Need a second?
Second.
Second by Michael.
Excuse me.
Any discussion? Being none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion carried. We have a budget amendment, 2026-1. And this is has to do with the revenue that's going into this year's budget. So I'll need first and second and roll call.
Where
Is that in our packet?
is that?
Yes, it is. Here. No, wait, that's what I handed you. I'm so sorry. It's the separate thing.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank
Sorry.
you.
You're welcome.
Oh, here it is. Okay, thank you.
That's to put the funds that was restricted for certain use to come over into this year's budget from last year's.
And the restrictions stay,
Yeah.
correct?
Yes.
All right.
Need a motion, second.
I'll make a motion to
Motion.
accept
Motion by Michael,
Second.
for the first reading.
second by Jason. This is the first reading. We'll have to do this again the next meeting. So none of these funds that we're doing this amendment to can be spent until after the next meeting. Have to get the second reading in. Okay, roll call.
Johnston,
Yes.
Bevan,
Yes.
Morphew,
Yes.
McKinney,
Yes.
Bullock,
Yes.
Bennett. Who's absent?
He's work, he had a work thing. He could come in the middle of the meeting if he gets back from his work thing in time, work trip. You have the treasurer's financial settlement for the year ending 6/30/25.
That's the big thing. ain't
That's
it?
the big
That's the big
pack.
That's the big one.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
You all have the annual treasurer's settlement, also the annual review of the county, and also your blacktop history by district in that. And I did want to say, I was up at Frankfurt about 4 weeks ago, and heard the state local finance officer talking. They were doing budgets about how a lot of counties were having to pinch pennies in order to get their budget done. But I want to say that Ohio County is not pinching pennies and is actually doing very well. The court has spent the last 5 years getting ready for the loss of coal severance money, as everybody knows, and you all have done a good job with that. In fact, I just wanted to point out a few things. In the last 5 years, you all have given the CPI. Our health insurance is absolutely second to none. You provide the employee with an option of a free health insurance coverage. And then to order or to add on your family, children, or spouse, it is at a very reasonable cost. In fact, I had a young father that just called. I was with my daughter and he called. And his wife works at a very large place here in Ohio County, and they chose to put their newborn child on our insurance because it was much more feasible. Also, in the last 5 years, there's been no jobs lost. There's been no budget cuts. All departments have been fully funded, nothing cut. The equipment needed has been purchased, albeit probably more green than anything else. You all support the fire departments, the community parks, and the veterans. This county is really second to none. I hope you all realize that. Also, you're going to be left, you all have done this. You have an emergency savings, so you all are in good shape. You're in good shape compared to other counties. You should be proud. And Justin, I had your dad ask me, he came in a couple of weeks ago, what was the most memorable memory I had. Well, some of it I can't repeat. Some of it I might want to forget. But probably it would have to be Greg Hill. Because he was so enthusiastic, and I guess this is the funniest thing. I used to sit up there with you guys, and with Greg, and he absolutely would not stop talking. In the middle of anything, he would try to carry on in conversation. So that's got to be, you're going to have to relay that to your dad because I couldn't think of it then. Thank y'all.
We want to thank you because you guide us. We really appreciate what you've done. And the situation we're in, you're giving us a lot of credit for it, but we know that you've given us a lot of guidance. But you've given us pretty much all the guidance a little bit. So we do appreciate you, Ann, for what you've done. You're going to be missed. Candy, you're going to be great, but she is going to be missed.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad you gave that report because I've heard that we're broke. Some
No.
people,
Hey,
yeah, so.
Every time I ever had a question and come to you, you always answered it. Sometimes I didn't like what you told me, but you was always truthful,
Appreciate
and I appreciate that.
Thank you, Ann.
Thank you.
You'll be
We will
missed.
need a motion second on that.
So moved.
Motion by Larry Moore.
Second.
Second by Jason Bullock. Any more discussion? Being none, all in favor say aye. Opposed, like sign. Motion carried. We have the sheriff's 2024 settlement report. So I think we just, just accept that,
Acknowledge it.
acknowledge that we received it, pending on it.
You need a motion on that?
Yes.
So move.
Motion by Larry,
Second.
second by Michael. If there any discussion or questions, being none, all in favor say aye. Pose like sign. Motion carries. In the same way, you have the, well, no, it's not the same thing either. If this is just the June, the clerk's June financial report, same way.
I'll make a motion to acknowledge Clark's June 25 financial report.
Second.
Have a motion, you get the motion second. There's, any discussion? Being none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Pose like sign. Motion carries. Okay. The clerk's certification of, the 2024 tax letters sent, we have it. I know we're just gonna acknowledge we got it, but it's done, the clerk did it. If you wanna see a copy of it, it's too thick to print for everybody, she has it, if anybody
It's on
wants to see
file.
it.
Yeah.
So we need to acknowledge that we got it.
I'll acknowledge.
Motion by Jason Bullock,
I'll second.
second by Dale Bevan. Any further discussion? Being none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Post like sign, motion carried. Now I'm gonna ask Jason Chin, come up, he's the director of OCEDA, he has, 2 items of business for us.
I'm gonna refer to Jason Bullock, on this. He's gonna bring it up.
Okay, I've got 2 items that OCEDA has met about. To bring to your attention, it was voted on and agreed on by OCEDA at the last meeting. Yeah, last week. Yeah, can't remember what day exactly, but it was last week. So two items. First item is we would like to do another loan, and this loan is for Right Time Broadcasting LLC, Josh Wright and the radio station. We would be a second on the, a first on the equipment and a second on the tower and the property. The loan is for $115,000. The good thing about this is the second, the tower and the property values for about $170,000, $180,000 itself, not including the equipment that we're on between $20,000 and $30,000 that we're a first on. And after the first 5-6 years of the loan, we will come a first on the tower and the property, which is about 3 acres too. And the tower, I think the tower is $115,000. And so the OCEDA committee, they approved this application and would like to submit it to the county for approval for $115,000 for the Josh Wright to buy the WXMZ 99 point radio station.
And give them the interest rate.
The interest rate is 4.5.
Pretty good.
So the motion could probably reflect just consistent with the terms that's approved by OCEDA.
Yes.
That's
Write that in there, consistent with.
And like I said, the second that we would be on would, if something were to happen, would more than cover the, but we're a first on some of the equipment too, so
So that a motion?
that is a
How many years
motion.
it for?
How many years?
I think we was at 15 total.
15 total.
And we come first after how many years?
Well, no, he is borrowing $50,000 from,
After, I've got a 6-year deal with Mr. Anderson
Mhm.
for $50,000 of the total. On that, he gave me a 1-year grace period, so I have 5 years of payments to him, so 6 total years. And when I'm paid full with him, then you guys.
We become a first.
on both, on everything,
on
for
everything.
the remainder of the loan.
But we're on the first on the equipment already.
First on the equipment to start with,
Mhm.
then you're second on the land and the tower, which is 2 separate
But like I said, the land and tower is worth more than the whole, what he's borrowing.
More
in the
than the
first
whole
place.
loan.
Yeah, than the whole loan.
But
And this
after
is
6 years,
existing
we become
equipment.
Yeah.
first owner of the land.
Yeah.
It's, it's very well secured. Did I hear a second?
I second.
Second by Michael. Okay. Further discussion or questions?
And if anybody needs a copy, wants to take a copy of this, I have it. I mean, they're more than welcome to look at it and
You've
take it
got,
home.
one of the separate things I handed out was everything that
Everybody
was sent
has
by
it.
Osita
Yeah, mhm.
today.
Yes, yeah, okay, yeah, that is in there too, that packet, so.
So, I guess, we'll go ahead and roll call.
All right. Johnston,
Yes.
Vivian,
Yes.
Morphew,
No, I won't vote for a second mortgage.
McKinney,
Yes.
and Bullock.
Yes.
The motion carries.
The second item of business through OCEDA was, I keep wanting to say Dunaway, but it's Fordsville Pellet LLC. They have come to us about, an incentive to waive, the occupational tax for 5 years. For 5 years to, and then we've done this in the past. We've done it with Purdue, Dynamic, Kimball, and it kind of gives them an incentive. It's really kind of the only occupational incentives we have. But what we're gonna do right now is Justin's gonna look into it. There are some, I just want to, do we even need to make a motion, or do we need to just allow you to go ahead and,
I assume you want me to write a resolution that would abate the taxes, payroll taxes and the net profits for a period of 5 years.
yes,
And you can
Yes, and the net
consider a
profit.
resolution, I guess, next meeting.
Mhm.
But I think that, Jason, maybe effective July 1st is
July
something that
1st,
they
David.
mentioned. So, if you pass the resolution.
we'll have to make it
next-
retrospective back
Yeah,
to.
retroactive.
And I don't think that, they're in the hiring process right now, but I don't,
They are, if they've hired any, it would be one,
okay.
so
So we
far.
just have to make it back to July 1st.
And it would just be for any new employees to Fordsville Pellet.
Yeah, not the Dunaway factory.
Fordsville Pellet.
Yeah, just a pellet mill.
Mhm. And what are we looking, 15, maybe 20 right now, starting
I
off?
think 15 initially, but
Mhm.
they hope to grow, so I mean, it could be up to 25 or 30 in the short term, I mean, it depends on sales and production. But they've made a significant investment up there, as Dale,
Significant.
you've seen it, and I think that,
It's been long coming.
it's been a long coming. I mean,
And they've been good to the county, so if there's a way we can help them out and eventually help them grow, and then it'll come back to us in 5 years.
Yeah, I
So,
hope they get up. to
So
several
Justin,
hundred
he'll bring that to us at the next meeting, we can vote on that.
Yeah, I'll try to, I went ahead and drafted a resolution just in case you guys considered it, and, but I'm in my first draft, so I'll try to get something to you next week or two.
And we've done this, especially for people that hadn't been here. I think you were here when we did for Dynamic, and we've done it for a few companies, and they're still going, and it was good. That's all I have for OCEDA right now.
Need a second to help Justin move forward, David?
I mean, you can, if you wanna go ahead and vote just for me to prepare a resolution.
I'll make a motion
Yeah,
to
I'll
have.
second that.
Okay, or
I'll let
Dale.
Dale second it.
Yeah.
It's your district.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Does OC to have anything further?
That's it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Dave.
Yeah, maybe come back in a month or so and have some more news on some other things moving on. I know you're working on it every day. I hear about things he's working on all the time. On this Fordsville fire hydrant, I'm gonna let Dale explain it and make the motion.
Okay, Fordsville, the city actually come to us and they was needing, or wanting to put a fire hydrant up by Cabinet Doors More, which is right outside of the city limits. And they're gonna supply the hydrants and pretty well everything that needs to be done. And they just want to know if we could cover the cost
Of installation.
of the installation of it and installing it, which it comes up to $42.25. I make a motion that comes out of the rural water line fund.
I
Can
second.
list.
Motion by Dale, second by Larry.
Yeah.
Is there any further discussion?
In that motion, just to be added to the list, David?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, no, it would actually spend it from that fund. I mean, it's something that we'll do right now. And the good thing about it's a partnership, where half of it's done by, better than half of that cost covered by the city.
And they have over 4 buildings, just wood from door to door, so I mean.
All right.
If there was a fire there, it could be bad if they had to go get water.
There's been a motion, a second. Any further discussion? Being none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign? Motion carries.
We probably will need a closed session, Judge, and litigation at least.
I'll make a
Okay.
motion, we go into closed session.
Okay, I will do this when I come out. Remind me of it again. I'll take you there.
Okay,
I'll show it to them in there.
okay, who motioned?
I second,
Okay.
Jason.
I second that.
Motion to go back in open session.
Make a motion.
Second.
Motion second. All in favor say aye. We're back into open session. We took no action during the closed session. The personnel. We have one personnel item. I think it's just one, isn't it?
Yes.
I thought we had status change too.
No, not that I know.
I didn't get it in time then. We hired a seasonal person at the, park, Ross Fieldback, effective, 7/6, at a rate of $14.40 per hour. And this is seasonal. Roll call.
How many hours per week?
There'll be 40, but seasonal, it's a limited amount of time, or up to 40.
Did somebody quit or?
No, we're gonna roll call, yeah. Yeah, there's an opening.
Okay.
It's in.
Is it in the budget?
Yes. Just roll call it, don't have a second on that.
Johnston,
Yes.
Bevan,
Yes.
Morphew,
Yes.
McKinney,
Yes.
Bullock.
Yes.
Give this back to, Cassie. Let's go, I'm gonna wait on it.
Just make sure.
We'll talk to everybody and we'll do it the next meeting. Committee reports, Jason, I know you have at least one.
First, we did the, are you wanting me to talk about the?
Tell them that you're gonna attend that meeting.
Okay, yes, that one too, yeah.
Yeah, that's one of
The OC that we've done, so I just want to remind everybody, because we had a special street legal purpose vehicles. We had a committee set up a few months ago, or actually a year or more ago, and we talked about it. But I told you 2 meetings back that I was going to go to a training, and I just want to remind you guys of the training too. It's tomorrow, I already registered, but it's on the CAECO. It's about the Senate Bill 63, street legal special purpose vehicles. And it's a webinar from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. The state has passed some stuff, and they're going to give us some more information about it. So it'll let us know the next step, what we want to do when we're looking at passing ATV or street legal special purpose vehicles is what they call them. But you can go on the CAECO's website and register right there on it. And it's tomorrow at 1 to 2 p.m. Kind of give us some more guidelines on what the state's requiring and what we need to look into if we decide to pass this. I guess I have another one too. Ann left this for me too. It's about payroll transfer reminders.
Yes.
I guess but I really thought it was already a motion. But it says, in an effort to manage payroll, overtime, healthcare costs, and the following, will be restricted by line items effective July 1/25, but I thought we did this last year. Transfers from payroll accounts, including FICA, retirement, and health insurance accounts, made to other operating accounts will not be allowed. This allows for all payroll accounts in all funds. This includes all payroll accounts in all funds. But didn't we do the payroll last year, the restrict payroll accounts last year? I think what happened is maybe there was an accidental use of, and it kind of got overlooked.
I think it just needs, it's a reminder.
It's a reminder more than anything that, to manage the payroll, that we restrict payroll accounts, including FICA, retirement, health insurance accounts, so that we'll be able to fund those the following year. But I think what happened is maybe slip up by some people, that some of it got used, and they just want a reminder that, those accounts are restricted and cannot be transferred from, if that's my understanding. All right, okay. So there's that. I told you about the payroll reminder and the Senate Bill 63. This is, I guess I've got one thing under magistrates. I'll wait till, so we can wait till, it's not a committee report, I'll wait till.
Okay, is there any other committee reports? Are there any other committees report? If not, we'll go straight to the master's comments and requests, and we'll start with the first district. Michael.
No comments from the first district.
Okay, second district.
I just have one. Talked to Bo Wright. They, of course, he's got the new splash pad, and I think it's been being used really. A lot of people have been using it. He came to me. He has most of the money, but he's about $5,000 short. What he's wanting to do is, if you know where the splash pad is up by the baseball field and the tennis courts, they are going to remove the old tennis courts, and the first section they're going to put a shelter. So you'll have a shelter up there for the splash pad, and the other side of the tennis courts, they're wanting to put a pickleball court. But I think he's $5,000 short. I told him that I was going to use my discretionary money. I think David agreed to use his discretionary money to, get the amount he needed. But if any of you guys are wanting to, or we have another way to help him fund that, because I do think the splash pad is being used a lot up there. And
Well, between, if we can, I'll chip in some of the discretionary money. I told him I would do 1,000 of it.
Okay.
If we get them that way, we could go into our community contributions thing, but it would be a big lick on it to start off the year with, because it's just, it's a limited amount anyway. So it would hit it pretty hard if he did come back.
But I did tell him I would do my part of it to make sure that it got done too, because like I said, that's one good thing we've got going on. It's been used a lot, and as hot as it's been, the shelter will be nice, and I don't think the tennis courts are being used at all, so he's gonna put a pickleball court on the other side, so.
But will any of the others be willing to do some from your discretionary fund to help with that project at the park?
I won't. I got 3 fire departments and 3 parks in my district. That's where most of my discretionary money goes.
I'll have to check and see what I got in mind.
I spoke to Bo a couple weeks ago about this, and I'll certainly do my part with my discretionary if we don't take it from community contributions.
Okay, we'll make it happen for him when we're.
Well, and we might, I told him,
There's 3 of us right here.
I told him at first, I just thought it was us two, that I would do I'd do half of it, but if we want to do, and then maybe take a little bit out of the community, we could just do part, and then take some out of the community, so we won't take the whole lick at one time,
Okay, we'll make it work.
okay? But I think he's
So
gonna,
between you and Michael and I, that's a big lick.
and we need to we might talk to Bo. Okay.
Okay.
Just let us know which way we're gonna do
Yeah, I
it.
should be able to, just depending on what I left in
He
there.
may too, so
Yeah.
we may have to cover that.
Well, if we do that, if we can just take 1,000 or something, and then we could look at, or depending on what Bo might do, and then we'll look at, the community fund and see what we can pull out of there too. But I'll let him know that we can go ahead and go with that then. And I think that's all I have.
Okay, Bo's not here, so. Dale?
Yes, I have a couple people called me, want me to thank the Ohio County Road Department and whoever, Dennis Beatty running the chip and seal machine for getting the roads repaired. And July the 19th, we got the fireworks show, North Park.
Yes.
What time is it, dusk?
Dust, yeah. I think it'll start at 4. They'll have inflatables and food and games and churches will
It's
have.
on Thursday, isn't it?
That's on Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay. Larry?
Well, I still think we need to try to get some more people to the road department because I've been getting all kinds of calls on the roads and, the mowing's horrible.
Well, we're set to get around all of them twice this year.
I ain't got around them the first time yet.
No, we haven't got
I
around
don't
all
think
of
we've
them.
got hardly any in my district.
Yeah, actually, one mower's been in yours almost all the time.
Like to know where.
Yeah, well, I can get you a list of some of the roads it's been on.
And, is there any way we can use any of that FEMA money to, sub some of this road work out?
It's something we'll bring Nick in the next meeting and talk about. We haven't come up with a plan to do that. But he's actually getting it pretty good. Our roads aren't that bad now. We're getting pretty good on them. But, it's a
According to
possibility.
my phone calls, they're pretty
Well,
rough.
You're gonna always have them, but if you really get out and drive them, we're in remarkably good shape.
Well, what I'm kind of, I think they're working hard, but we suggested a few months ago that we need to use that FEMA money to hire at least the tile work. What I'm getting is just the small stuff that's not getting done because they're out doing all the big projects.
They don't have enough employees.
Yeah, we're getting behind on the small projects.
We have an opening for one seasonal we haven't been able to fill. We haven't been able to find anybody to take one more seasonal mowing job.
And,
If you know anybody who wants it, we got open.
is there any progress on our, biodigester ordinance?
Yes, I think so. I believe, I believe so.
Well, I'll say something real quick on that. I still want to go see, is it Judge Summers?
Yes.
Okay, Judge Summers from Bullitt County, they have a biodigester in their county. He said up and running, which I thought he meant there's one in, what is the county neighboring where?
Nelson.
Nelson County up and running. He wants to come and let us look at it. He's worked for Bean for 40 years, and he says, he thinks it's fine. I did ask him about an ordinance, and he thinks that there needs to be an ordinance. I was going to take a copy of ours. The problem is I just got back from vacation, and David's leaving Wednesday, so we've not had time to call to go up there and actually meet with him yet. So that's up to you guys. I just kind of really want, it's kind of like we were talking about, sometimes we throw together an ordinance and we don't know what we're talking about yet until we speak to somebody who knows what they're talking about.
Jason Chin and Justin has done some stuff on it.
I just think we need to do something or we're gonna have another, solar issue. We mess around, they bring one in here and then it's too late but that's just me. That's all I got, Judge.
Okay.
Hey, Larry, they were, mowing on Arnold Leach Road today in Horse Branch.
Those emails that we get each morning. Do you get?
Yeah, I get it.
Okay.
Yeah, matter of fact, like I said, that's the bat wing is there, and Nick has told me that the bat wing is doing a lot better job than our side mowers are doing. And once before we had a bat wing, didn't like it, and got rid of it about 15,
Sometimes
I mean,
that's your
about
operator.
11, 12 years ago. And then that's what we want again, I guess. The other thing that, I've got one other thing, I'll wait till last on. Like I said, we all would like to have a little discretionary funds, because we help, like Larry mentioned, the fire departments, like we're helping the park, we're helping all that. The only way we can get it is to not borrow it. It's gonna be a done deal once it's in there. But, it's gonna take the money that was set aside from the CARES Act money, which is the first money we got from the COVID stuff, to build the annex on the museum up there at Rosine, take it away. But we need a motion to say that whenever we find it and it comes back through the emergency savings, it'll go back in there. Has nothing to do with any money that's there now. But as it comes back into emergency savings, we would transfer it back to that building.
How much money is that?
182,555.
But you're only borrowing, what, 60,000 from it?
No, we're gonna, it's gonna have to, with that and the dumpster fund and everything together, it's gonna take all that. The magistrates and judges discretionary 10,000. Then the community contributions and the dumpsters,
How much do we put in the community? Was it 10?
10.
10?
The dumpsters, what are you talking about, the dumpsters?
Like when you have a community cleanup, you put a dumpster in that community for the cleanup day.
But, okay, so that's only 70,000, so where's is 110,000 for where's?
Well, I guess, let's put this, the amount that does come out of it for discretionary funds would go back into this whenever we got it back into emergency savings.
As long as that all, we take out the 10,000, as long as we're not taking the whole bunch out, yeah, I'm okay with that, but I don't want to take out if we don't need it.
Well, it was,
I think we need to use our priorities, and that museum, I don't see this as a priority. But that's just my opinion.
I mean, but that's where we're getting the money for that, and it could go, and it was committed by, at one time. The court voted unanimously to do it at one time. So, would y'all do a motion to that effect?
10,000 will go in each of our discretionaries and in your discretionary, and then community contributions will receive the amount that's listed in our budget, correct?
Yeah, and the dumpster.
How much was the
I'll make a
dumpster?
motion that we approve that the
10
money
for the
comes
dumpster.
from that fund, yes.
Okay.
All right.
The community contribution.
Motion by Michael.
Was yours the form of a motion?
Michael made the motion.
Okay,
Will you second it?
I can second it, yeah.
How much is the, community contributions be going into that?
10.
10.
10.
So, got a motion, second, any further discussion? Being none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign, motion carries. This is not part of the motion down there. Does any, county officials have anything? Sheriff, you got anything? Come on up.
Thank you, guys and ladies. In my hand, I have $5,400 that we've sold for our guns. We have not sold all of them yet. We've still got a couple left. We're waiting to get those guns back. They're in the evidence at Kentucky State Police, an officer-involved shooting prior to me coming in his office. We're still waiting for the court orders to get those guns back, and then we'll continue to sell those. But I don't like cash laying around in my office. I want it to be put somewhere, so I'm asking the court to accept this $5,400 for cannons to put in my capital outlay to help purchase more equipment that we may need instead of coming and asking you guys for money.
Okay, let's read that into the minutes. And there's no problem with that.
Need that form of motion?
We can, but I don't think you'd have, let's just do a motion, then there's no doubt about it.
I'll make a motion to accept
Motion,
the
second.
$5,400 that he can use for
Motion,
his
Second by
Dale.
Dale.
Any more discussion? Being none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion carried. Justin, you got anything?
No, Judge, thank you.
Candace or any of the county officials here? If don't, anybody from the general public got anything for the good of the body? Yes, sir.
Judge, I'd just like to thank the court for going along with overseeing. You guys voted yes. I appreciate your trust, your faith that we'll make this a community connection point with the radio station, and anything we can do to help you, we'll be there for you. Just want to say
Thanks, Judge.
thanks to those that voted yes.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Me?
Yes.
Either one of you.
this spring, Johnny and I, and a lot of our neighbors that live on our little loopy road out on J.T. King, we came and, we talked to Bo and, about having the county take in our loopy road. All the neighbors filled out their paperwork, everybody was here, we talked to Michael and Bo, and different ones said, yeah, they would get together and talk about it or whatever. And then the floods happened. So I didn't know if y'all
Well,
were
as,
anywhere.
as far as I know, we never did get all of the, I've got a phone call or two about it, but we never did get all of the petitions and the, easements in. And then, of course, Bo would need to make the motion to do it, to take it in, and then
They were
inspect
all
it.
turned in. I turned in the folder. I came to your office and turned
Okay.
in the folder.
Okay, let's check that out and make sure.
Nobody was there, so I gave them to a maintenance man that was working in the ceiling. He said he would give it to y'all. Probably wrong.
That's probably, he's probably good as anybody.
See, I think y'all were going to lunch, and I.
We'll go look in the.
Do you remember
ceiling.
what tile he
Do you
was
remember
I
what
was in the
tile?
hallway, they were doing something in the ceiling, he said, I'll give it to him.
We'll check on it. Sonny, you check on the, files and see if you can find it.
Okay.
But I got a call on that just in the last few days about.
Oh, really?
Questions about what did that mean and everything like that.
Okay, good, good.
Now, I mean, yeah,
All
but
right.
we'll get back on it, and like I said, Bo Bennett's not here tonight.
Yeah.
But I'll get him out there and we'll talk about it some more. We'll have to put the viewing committee on it. Let's make sure we do have all the paperwork, and if we do, we'll sign the viewing committee to look at it.
Okay, cool.
I just got my thing, one thing before we go to is breaking news. I just got a little thing on my phone and her make me think of the floods, you know. It's got a breaking that more than 160 people are still missing in Texas, so we need to keep, you know, we need to keep Texas in our prayers, because we've needed prayers at our times with tornadoes and stuff, so just keep all them in our prayers.
Yeah. Anybody else got anything first? If not, we will be adjourned, and we'll be back here in a